The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-liga.
Mr Speaker, thank you. Shinyin Kwai Liu, Gonchi Fa Choi, Sanin Fa Lo, Gong Hei Fa Choi, and a happy new year, happy Lunar New Year to you, sir. And over the past few weeks, I've been attending functions, sir, throughout my electorate and across this country to celebrate the Lunar New Year. And I haven't seen Mr Peters there, and we know why he doesn't turn up to these functions. But these events, sir, culminated last night with a function that I hosted here in Parliament that you were attending, sir. And the one thing that these events draw together, sir, is that they remind us that New Zealand is a place where cultures can thrive and flourish. Different heritages and languages are part of the thriving web of interaction that is our country, and one that we all love and admire, sir. And we know it's the year of the sheep. And of course, many in this country have close associations to these fine animals, including yourself as a former sheep farmer. So, sir, for me, there's a rich history of sheep in this country, 39 million out there today, and I think, based on that, New Zealand's year, this will be New Zealand's year, the year of the sheep. And people born under this sign are known to be creative, resilient, and persevere. And this can best describe the role of this government, this national government, in 2015. You see, sir, this country is going into this year in good shape, resilient and strong. Our Prime Minister leads a government which has stabilised this economy. It grew 3.2% last year, sir, and average wages have grown 15% over the last 5 years and forecast to head even faster into the future. Sir, employment is strong. As the Minister of Economic Development, Stephen Joyce, has said, 80,000 more people are now employed than a year ago. 80,000 more people. 217,000, sir, are employed than 5 years ago. And how do I know that? Well, I say to Mr Clark, come to Maunga Keke, come talk to the employers that actually create jobs, create wealth, and create opportunities for our people and our communities. And they're saying to me they want to hire more people, they are growing, and they are confident that this government is delivering for them. So unemployment remains low, 5.7%. And so this is forecast to drop down to 4.5%. And one of the things I'm proudest of, some of the things I'm proud of this government is that in terms of my role as Minister for Pacific Peoples, we now have 116,300 Pacific people employed. And that is the most than at any time in our history, the most at any time in our history. And we know that meaningful long-term employment is the best way, not just for Pacific families, but all families, to succeed and thrive in this country, sir. And these positive statistics reflect that more young people are in jobs, gaining qualifications, they're moving into sustainable, high-paying jobs. And, sir, that is what the people of Maunga Keke expect of this government. That is what Pacific people are now reaping the benefits of such a positive economy. Sir, in corrections, as Minister of Corrections, I'm focused on reducing reoffending by 25% by 2017. Sir, we all know that the crime rate is at its lowest in 3 decades, but there are still too many people reoffending. And we're taking measures, sir, through education programs and rehabilitation programs in our prisons, and also through converting every prison in this country to a working prison. And why? Because we know that employment, sir, is the best way out of poverty, is the best way out of welfare, and it's the best way to stay out of our prisons. And we know also, sir, that specialist aftercare services are being promoted in our prisons, and that we are working hard, sir, to deliver on drug and alcohol and other drugs and the rehabilitation programs that are heavily placed in our prisons. Sir, can I just lastly say, I'd like to say that I'm 100% behind our government's decision to stand alongside its allies and fight this evil organisation that they call ISIL. They pose one of the biggest threats to this world since World War II, and we must do whatever we can to defeat it. We can't ignore the fact that we are part of the international community, and there comes a point, as the Prime Minister said yesterday, where we must stand up and be counted. Sir, I'm proud to be a New Zealander, just like Mr Mark is. I'm proud to be part of a government that will not bow down to the fear and terror of ISIS, and I'm proud that we've made this decision to go to Iraq.
Te Ture Ture.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.